What is going on, y'all? We just had a new season start, so it is time to climb back to Mythic. I believe the best way to do that at the moment is mono green Stompy. It's one of the highest win rate decks in the format at the moment. It has a lot of powerful new cards, and it is consistent and ends the game faster than the other powerful decks like Izzet, and I'd say it's more consistent than mono white. So this is the version that I have been playing with. There's quite a few one-ofs in the main deck. Some of them are just cards from the new set that I'm trying out. I like having one-ofs in the main deck because it makes it easier to sideboard, because they're all just kinda good most places, and then you can take them out and put in whatever you need for that particular matchup. Those one-ofs being Death Bonnet Sprout, 1-mana 1/1 that turns into a 3/3 eventually that is Graveyard Hate, which is pretty strong if it flips. Otherwise, it's just another 1-drop to use with your Sentinels. Pretty much not bad, though, and works with Ranger class, can buff it and all that. We've got an Augur of Autumn, a 3-mana 2/3, that you can play lands off the top of your library, and if you have Coven, you can cast creatures off the top of your library. So we can already cast creatures off the top with Ranger class in most long grindy games, but being able to play the land means you get a whole lot more creatures out of that deal. And in long games where the board gets stalled out, I found Augur of Autumn is an absolute MVP at letting you get your entire deck onto the board so you can win. And Briarbridge Tracker, just a decent value creature, 3-mana 4/3 with Vigilance comes down, you get a clue token. You pretty much always have a token in this deck between Ranger class and the Tracker and Esika's Chariot, so it's usually a 4/3 Vigilance, and then of course you can draw a card off the clue, so it often gets a 2-for-1, just good value right there. And let's see, Froghemoth we've seen from the last set, 5-mana 4/4 Trample Haste, is Graveyard Hate, gets counters on it, pretty decent. We have another one in the side, mostly for Blood on the Snow matches. Exiling their big threats from the graveyard is important in the long game. Let's see other new cards. Outland Liberator, pretty important in the mirror and against Gruul, and maybe even mono white. 2-mana 2/2. You can sacrifice it to destroy an artifact or enchantment, and it has Daybound. When it flips, it destroys an artifact or enchantment every time it attacks. So when your opponent is playing their Ranger class or Paladin class or Esika's Chariot or Unnatural Growth, you can kill it easily with your Outland Liberator, and just lets you more consistently have a creature to play on turn 2, which we always want. Doing nothing until turn 3 in your aggro deck feels pretty bad, of course. So one Unnatural Growth in the sideboard. As I just mentioned, this is very good in the creature mirror, just doubling all your power and toughnesses every combat, so combats are going to be much more profitable for you and not for your opponent. I don't want it in the main, because if you're against any sort of control and you play this and they remove all your creatures, then you spent 5 mana to do absolutely nothing, and then you pretty much lose and cry. So we just have one on the side. I haven't crafted more. I'm not entirely convinced it's the way to go, but it is an interesting card that we'll try out. And 2 Storm the Festival is also in the side, because it's not good against counter spells, but in any matchup that will go long and your opponent is not playing counter spells, I like to bring this in. It gets just good value and good to grind, because you will get up to 10 mana eventually, and then you can go get 2 more permanents. Pretty good stuff. Snakeskin Veils are in for removal heavy decks like Izzet and any other control you might go up against. I have 3 Blizzard Brawls in the main, 1 in the side, because it is pretty dead in certain control matchups, but it's of course super good if your opponent's playing creatures, so you definitely want 4. 4 Inscriptions. I'm not sure if 4 is really the right number. I don't often want more than 2, but that's what I have for the slot at the moment, getting those counters. It's a versatile card. You're never too sad to have an Inscription in hand if you have any creature on the board. Second Toski in the side, because it's good against counterspell decks, and 1 Tovalar's Huntmaster, because it's a big giant threat that we can use eventually. In the mirror and against Gruul and stuff like that, you just often want to go bigger. This is a nice card to do that, and a new fun one to play with. Makes wolf tokens when it comes down, and then if you flip it, it makes wolf tokens when it attacks, and can make your wolves fight things, which can be pretty strong. And I don't think I mentioned the Vorinclex in the main, just a one of, but it's super, super good in the mirror. It shuts down all their counters from Ranger class. It shuts down any Planeswalkers, really. If you have Vorinclex on board and your opponent plays Wrenn and 7, they can't do anything other than draw lands, so it's pretty much nullifies the card. Same thing with Lolth comes down, can't make spiders, anything like that. Vorinclex is, I believe, worth it, and just 6/6 trample haste, good finisher in general. People don't see it coming. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We've got 2 Tangle Traps for dragons, mostly. Though a lot of the Izzet decks now aren't playing that many dragons. But it can be nice there. Devouring Tendrils for Planeswalker decks, because it's 2 mana that can hit Planeswalkers and gain you life. Also, if you, I suppose, run up against someone who's really trying to burn you out, this life gain would come in. And yeah, that is the deck. We, of course, have the Esika's Chariot combo with Wrenn and 7. You minus and make a Tree Folk, and then you copy it with the Chariot. It crews the Chariot easily, and pretty much once that happens, unless your opponent is playing Doomscar or Shadow's Verdict, you kind of just win there, and we like winning here. One more thing I wanted to talk about is the land count. I've got 22 lands plus 4 mammoths. Seems to be a pretty good number that we can generally curve out. I've got 2 layers of Hydra, 2 Faceless Havens, like my previous mono-green builds, because we want to have triple green on 3 to cast Old Growth Troll, and double green on 2 to cast Pack Leader, but we also want 3 Snow Sources to have Blizzard Brawl turned on, so I don't want really more than 2 layers of the Hydra. I don't really want more than 2 Faceless Havens, but between having 4 of them total, I usually have a manland when I want one, and that's good enough for me. That said, let's go try this out. On the play, not a great hand, but Sentinel on 1 and Troll on 3 will find other things to do. I don't think it's worth going down here. Vorinclex, not really something you want in your opener. Might come into play later, though. See if our opponent would like to join us. There we go, Den of the Bugbear. Could be any number of things. Forest is not really what I wanted to draw there, but take what we get. Alright, is it? Sure. How fresh. Alright, at least they're playing the egg. Troll attacks through the egg, so we're not terribly concerned. If they kill the troll, we're pretty close to playing Vorinclex. See, alright, no Thundering Rebuke. Inscription is good. We probably just kill the egg here. And we do it now so they can't block it. And so they can't counter it if we try to do it on their turn or anything like that. Probably just power up Haven here. Attack for 9. Seems okay. Or we could play the Mammoth. That's pretty good too. Don't really want to play Vorinclex into a possible Sod coming here. Maybe I shouldn't even play the Mammoth into the Sod coming. Let's see, they don't play Frostbite. They might play Cathartic Pyre or something to hit the Haven here. But I think we want to be aggressive rather than getting the Mammoth down. Dragon's Fire, sure. Not going to use the mana for anything. Another campus. This player really likes their tapped lands. Goes to 4. I think we play the Mammoth here. Sure. There's the Epiphany. Yep. We have Tramplers, though. We're not too afraid. The Hall of the Storm Giants could be an issue, though. Or they just have multiple Epiphanies. That works, too. No? Guess not. Alright, we get the land. That's good. So we can just slam Vorinclex here. And let's see, we go all in. They block the Hall. They block Vorinclex with the Hall. Troll with a bird and the Sentinel. They go to 1. And we still have the Troll and the Sentinel. And they're down everything except the Hall of the Storm Giants. That seems good. Alternative is we can try and Blizzard Brawl a bird, but then we tap 2 of our attackers. They could have counter magic or something along those lines, so I think we just attack all here. Yep. Okay, no more birds. See if they can get out of this. More birds, of course. They must have taken that off the top or they would have used it before. Try next game. 3 Epiphanies is a bit much for us. Get Snakeskin Veil in, Toski in. That's pretty much it here. Take out the Blizzard Brawls. Inscription's fine because it gets around Dragon's Fire and whatnot. Froghemoth is good because haste. Don't really need the second one though, I'd rather have an early curve. I think that should do it for us. Could bring in Tangle Trap, but we only saw the Dragon Egg, and Tangle Trap doesn't deal with that until it's too late. So I think we'll just ship it like this. Just unlucky that first game. Not much any deck can do against 3 Resolved Epiphanies. Sure. You have turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. Should be pretty good. Probably playing the Liberator on 2, so we have a better chance to flip it. Okay, no turn 1 removal at least. And I'd rather they use their Dragon's Fire on that than on the one that draws cards. Or we get a troll, so we'll play that instead. More mana efficient, bigger threat, always good. We'll see if they run Fading Hope or something for the Toski, but if that resolves, we should be pretty happy. Burning Hands, alright, I ramp. Well, that works too. Good ramp.
The will of the woods is made manifest.
Toski, of course, doesn't do much if we don't have a creature on board, so better to play Wrenn first, and it's more mana efficient. Kicked into the Royal. Sure. See if we can find a land drop here. Just one, but okay. Oh, we can slam Vorinclex. That's good. Maybe Toski Pack Leader is better, but I think there's a high chance they counter Vorinclex if they still have counters in their deck. Whereas Toski, of course, can't be countered, so better to use that when they have mana open. Okay, let's keep our Wrenn alive, if possible.
We will help you find.
No land, sad. No plays there. Curious. They had priority for something. Should be pretty safe from here. If they kill Wrenn, they don't deal with our creatures. 2 Burning Hands down already. Alright, Shatter Skull smashing their whole turn kills Wrenn. Seems fine. Do I power up Faceless Haven here to get the extra draw and damage? Seems pretty good. So now we get the Pack Tactics trigger, and of course another hit for Toski. Okay, that's a lot of nothing. But, let's see. Can play a Werewolf and a tapped land and still have Veil up. Maybe I should be holding open the Troll Sacrifice in case they burn down the house or something. But we still have Toski in that case. Egg, sure. That does not save you. Let's see, do I bother with the Ranger class? I don't think so. I think we just attack with Faceless Haven. Through Snakeskin Veil, I don't think there's anything they can do here short of jumping with their Den of the Bugbear. Well, I guess it trades, but still not what they want to do. And even so, they'd also have to lose the Smoldering Egg. Looking at my Haven. If they cast any spell here, they lose this turn. Which one are you targeting? That one. Yep, that'll do it. Game 3. Is there anything we want to change? Is Blizzard Brawl worth it just for the egg? I really don't think so. Liberator is not the best creature here because they don't have artifacts or enchantments, but I do think we need to curve out in an aggressive fashion. So we'll keep the 2 in there. I think we just run it back. Hand's a little awkward, but I'll try it. We have Sprout on 1. Or Sentinel on 1. I'll go with the Sentinel. Might play Kazandu Valley on 2. Egg. Okay, we draw the land, so we do not need Kazandu Valley here. Hold open the inscription here, in case they want to Dragon's Fire my Sentinel, perhaps. Don't think I just go for it here. They'd probably burn it in response. Don't have a Veil, no point in holding back. Let's get the damage through. Take it, a little interesting. Here's a Mammoth. If they have Dragon's Fire for that, they'll be fairly happy. No plays at all. Alright, that bodes well for us. If the Mammoth survives, we can use it to fight the egg next turn. If it doesn't, we can slam Wrenn. Okay. I get a creature into the graveyard. There we go. I want to use the mana from the Sentinel either way. We'll either play Old Growth Troll Inscription or Wrenn, so we'll hold them back and go to combat. If our opponent's going to deal with a Mammoth, they'll probably want to do it before they take 5 damage. Okay, Mammoth goes through. So what's the worst that happens here? They probably don't run Disdainful Stroke or anything for Wrenn and 7. Or negate in against mono green. That wouldn't make too much sense. So they can transform their egg next turn, but they'd only get 1 shock out of it. And then we can Inscription. If they do get a shock out of it, they kill Wrenn. But alright, we're slamming Wrenn. They do have D-Stroke. That is unfortunate. There's a total of 4 hits in this deck. No. 6, 2 Chariots, Froghemoth, 2 Wrens, Vorinclex. I would not have kept that in my deck if I were them. Okay, there goes the Mammoth. If we flip a creature here, we can transform. There we go. So now we can kill the egg here. We can use the Snakeskin Veil to give the counter, or we can kick the Inscription and not attack this turn. So here, Veil, Inscription, and then we have 2 mana left over, which is not great. I think we just kick the Inscription. Or we can attack and see if they block. That works. Okay, no blocks. Do this for the extra damage, since we are going to use it anyway. Definitely cannot let them have that transform when they're about to cast Epiphany. There's the land, and here's the Epiphany, as always. "15 cards deep. How many Epiphanies did you draw?" That could be a second one. Could be saw it coming. Another into the royal. Interesting. I'd like a land off the top here so I can play Froghemoth. Otherwise we're in a pretty awkward spot. Well, I guess otherwise we just sprout and troll. Or we can pack leader sprout. Sprout and troll is better. Sprout still transforms again. And troll has trample natively, so it's better against the birds. There's the second Epiphany. Yep. How shocking. They still don't have a land, though. So that's all gas in their hand. Not great for us. They do have a land. I guess they need 7 to have a profitable Shatter Skull here to get the troll and the sprout. No. 3 again in the top 18 cards? You gotta be kidding me. No. Alright, they just don't think they need to block for some reason. Curious. Let's just go for the Froghemoth and go all in. They need something here. Several somethings. In fact. Cinderclasm to take out the Sentinel, and a second one to take out everything else. Sure, good job. What else do you got? They do play Goldspan after all. They're down to 1 card, though. Question is, does it kill Faceless Haven? Let's find out. They're going to sacrifice their treasure and their Den of the Bugbear to take out Faceless Haven. Interesting. Sure, I'm not mad about that. Then the question is, do we go for the pack leader or the troll here? I think we go for the pack leader. We could still get Vorinclex or Wrenn off the top, and if we sacrifice that land, we wouldn't be able to cast them. There's Vorinclex. See if it resolves. They might be sitting on Sod coming. I'm not sure what else they would be holding on to here. maybe they're just bluffing. I guess Prismari Campus holds priority. They got nothing. We got them. Close one. Lots of epiphanies, but we managed to come out on top as we're playing the superior deck, clearly. Once again on the play, we take it. Pretty nice curve. Sentinel on 1 into Pack Leader and Sprout on 2. And our opponent concedes game 1, as they've taken 3 mulligans already. No, just 2. Alright. That's fine. 2 mulligans in mono green, that's very unlucky. They also have a pack leader. We have a second pack leader, which means we're probably happy to trade this one. No fear of Snakeskin Veil or Inscription, sure. Next turn we can slam Froghemoth and attack and get the Pack Tactics draw. Seems good. Opponent still has something. Blizzard Brawl, sure. So now we can't do the Froghemoth thing because we don't have the second land, or the second creature to tap to Sentinel. We can tap the Pack Leader to do it, or we could just play Chariot, which is probably stronger overall. I suspect they have another Blizzard Brawl, the way they threw away the first one. They attack. Okay, I will try to block with the Chariot. They do not seem to have priority, so I think we win. Yeah, we definitely win. Yeah, that was rough for our opponent. We definitely got there. Alright, another Blizzard Brawl comes in. Get an Inscription, Unnatural Growth, Storm the Festival, and Tovolar. The go big stuff is all for this matchup. We'll cut the Froghemoth. It doesn't often get through as a 4/4 for 5. Don't think we really need Toski either. And probably want the Liberators too for this matchup because they'll have their own Rangers class and Chariots and all that. Really like Aggro Bottom in the mirror because it can get a whole lot of value and they'll have other things they want to remove. So we'll take out a Tracker, take out the Veil. On the draw I think we can take out the Sprout. And what else? Do we cut a land on the draw? Maybe Tovolar's Huntmaster is not really for this matchup. No, we'll try it. It's a new fun card. Let's cut a land on the draw. And do I need all 3 inscriptions? That might be a little excessive. We have a lot of 2-drops already. How much removal do we really need? Alright. That seems good. Seems fine, as long as we find a couple lands. Tap that to stop holding priority. Our opponent is on the Lotus Cobra variant. Pack leader seems pretty good. It can block the Cobra, whereas Ranger class does not do that very well. Okay, they do have the land for the Cobra. Just power it up. Sure. I think I'm fine with this trade. We need to be on the defensive, and they'll keep getting mana advantage from it. We find a pseudo-land, not really what we wanted. I would have liked to get the troll down to block their attacking 3/3, but oh well. We take what we get. Second Cobra, why not? And more land. Yeah, our opponent's doing pretty well here. Not sure how we're going to come back. Blizzard Brawl is not going to be turned on for a while. We're going to get a draw off their pack leader next turn. I guess we slam Troll and hope for the best, as it can currently block them well enough. And then if we get one more land off the top, we can play Wrenn, and then we might stabilize. Seems that the troll has stopped them in their tracks. Also, if they kill the troll, we can play Wrenn. To combat. Yeah, you might as well attack with both there. I'll trade the troll for the 4/4 pack leader here. If I may. Clear shot. Alright. Got. I'll attach this to my only forest and take 8. Still need a land off the top for Wrenn to even do anything relevant. There we go. So now this comes down, makes a 5/5, which we can then use to kill the pack leader.
Those who harm the forest.
I believe Lair of the Hydra here is holding priority and not a Snakeskin Veil. Alright. Still in the game. Clear shot's an interesting one there. I had neglected it because it's 3 mana, but being instant speed is pretty nice, and it's a bite. Inscription's more versatile generally, but it removes more things more reliably. Clear shot anyway. Level Ranger class, that's fine. Don't tell me you have another clear shot. playing around Inscription here. If they had Clear Shot, they would have used it before blockers, I believe. Yeah, I think they have Inscription, and now they're not sure what to do. Yep. That's good for us. We're left even on board. And now we can play Chariot. Let's see if we can find a land first. Nice. Well, those are two cards I really would have liked in the bin, but oh well. So now we have 7 mana. I think that's Chariot, Sentinel, Power Up Ranger class, and we can save Vorinclex for next turn. Looks like we have indeed stabilized. Don't think we should lose from this point. Second Ranger class, sure. Once we play Vorinclex, their counters won't happen. Now they're afraid of Wrenn. Do I block here? And if so, do I block with the Chariot or the tokens? I think we block with the tokens. We still have another token to copy with our Chariot. We could also just minus Wrenn here and almost certainly win the game. Yeah, that seems worth it.
Failure burns within us, but dreams can fight their own battles.
Because now we can copy the 7/7, of course. We'll buff Vorinclex, as it has Trample, which might be relevant. Down to 2. Here we go. Yep, 1 creature off the top, and then they're done. They might not have been playing the Wrenn package or the Chariot, which I get that they're rares, but they're super good and you do need a top end for this deck. Let's see. I like Sentinel over Lotus Cobra because it fills the curve better. Don't have too many 2-drops between Pack Leader and Ranger class and the enchantment removal guy. But yeah, good mirror. We take it.